Hello, Professor Winter. This is Ben Morgul. I'm doing my marketing analysis on the Ford Motor Company. I need to cut to the chase because this is my third time and I cannot seem to get it under 7 minutes because I like to talk. So I chose Ford. Uh, this is the industry Ford is in is the industry it created. Well, God created, but yeah. The Ford Motor Company built the automotive industry with the production line and everything. So they're not leaving anytime soon. The forces that affect the Ford Motor Company are micro-environmental forces for internal suppliers, Autoliv, Bros, Dana, Telso, Dayco, Ewe, Magnum, Midway. Those are the top. They're actually gold rated for Ford. The competitors, Ford has Chevy, Nissan, Toyota, Dodge, and Kia. Those are the main like blue collar under $50,000 cars. Then Ford also has a higher brand, which is a build off of Ford, which is Lincoln, and Lincoln is like 70, 50 and up usually $1,000. So their competitors are Infiniti, Mercedes, BMW, Audi. Basically the same thing, just a higher version of the other cars that I just stated. Customer market is very vast. They sell trucks to, and I'm going to talk about this later, so I'll just briefly go over it. They sell trucks to blue collar guys, fathers, grandfathers, construction workers, that type of people. Um, Ford also has a line of SUVs and crossovers sold to like soccer moms, photographers, cooks, people who need a lot of room. And then cars they sell to anybody, businessmen to CEOs to underwater basket weavers. Like they sell them to everybody. And then macro environmental forces. There was a flood, Thai floods that affected some serious suppliers of a big Ford production facility, and um, it reduced they lost like 30,000 vehicles and they couldn't supply them, they couldn't make them, so that lost them a lot of money. Ford has a line of vehicles for just about every demographic, so in the demographic standard they don't own it, but they sure know how to work it and figure it out. Ford has several target markets. This is where I was going to get more into it. One target market is concerned with Ford trucks. Ford trucks are targeted as blue collar men, the scruffy beard, and they have the worn out baseball cap, and they work way too many hours, and they love beer and coffee and Jesus and tractors and stuff. Um, Guys who get their hands dirty on a daily basis make no more than $54,000 a year. Usually have a smile on their face. You can't make them stop smiling. Ford targets their SUV crossover line towards both blue collar and white collar moms, whether they're married to a doctor or an astrophysicist and they're making $100,000 a year, or they are making $54,000 a year. They have a lot of trunk space. They're very fashionable cars, even when they're the $30,000 Ford. They still like their Explorer. This is a beautiful car. Ford targets its car line. Um, it is the widest range of demographic because you can get anybody from 90 to 19 right out of college or owns Boeing, and they will buy a Ford. They will just tweak it however they want. So basically, I figure their motto is, if there's any chance you could use a car, we have one to sell you, and we'll get you in it in a nice way. And then analyzing the four P's, Ford's product, they offer three different types of products, which there is three types of products. There's the value, which is their service, which is their warranty that they offer with their vehicles. If anything breaks or needs to be replaced, they'll fix it for a certain amount of time, which is reasonable. And then Ford also has their actual product, which is the vehicle, and there's tons of them to choose from. And then Ford has the augmented product, which is like you can get KC roll bars, you can get spray and bed lining, you can get chrome plated exhaust tips, you can get step-in bars, you can get all that stuff. For place, Ford runs off exclusive distribution and the fact that it only lets certain dealers carry their line of vehicles. Price, Ford uses market penetration and cost-based pricing when it comes to vehicles. They're the top dog. They don't let anybody else in when it comes to that. I mean, there's other top dogs, but no one else usually gets in, like small companies and stuff. And they have a ton of vehicles in every dealership, so they're always trying to sell as many as they can. Promotion, Ford uses advertising as the main part of the promotions. They just implemented a new comedic commercial known as "And Not Or," and it is putting positioning in people's minds like you wouldn't believe, and people are just enjoying it and talking about Ford like it's a part of the family, which it should be, because I'm in America, and sure. Um, Marketing strategies is affecting this. When the financial collapse happened a few years ago, Ford was one of the only car companies to actually come out on top. And what happened is that right before they got a new CEO, and he mortgaged a lot of the assets all the assets in the company, and then sold a bunch of other car companies that they own, like Aston Martin and Jaguar and Volvo, and it just gave them protection in case anything happened and something did happen, and then they were ready for it. And that might not sound like a marketing ploy, but it is, because marketing is about helping show customers what type of product you have, make them aware of it, make them love your product. And in order to do that, your company has to stay on top. It has to stay afloat, and that's what he did. Um, whew. My marketing recommendations and new plan as a CMO of Ford. I like what they're doing, but I think they need to show more, get in people's minds, like, oh, the car is on the beach. I could be at the beach. I should buy the car. That type of stuff. I also think they should do like more what people really are going to use with the car. Like, okay, yeah, show a weird digital background, but that's not going to do anything. Show the car in like your actual setting of where it's going to be. But the big thing is that Ford needs to go where the kids are. They need to put Ford trucks and daycares, little toy ones. They need to put Ford bedspreads out in Target. They need to push Ford through into kids on Sesame Street. Anyway, Big Bird's driving a Ford. It's a wonderful thing, because when they grow up, they're going to think Ford. And then when they're younger, they're going to be like, Dad, I think you should get a Ford. Or I want you to have the same truck that I have as a remote control car. It's positioning, and Apple's doing it, and all the big companies that are going to be anything, GoPro, all of them, they're doing it. They're getting kids to position. Monster got big by little kids growing up on the crap. So, excuse my language. But anyway, I got to go. It's almost 7 minutes. Thank you for this wonderful thing, because I like talking about Ford. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. These are my citations. Yeah. All right.